Man, it's hot. It is super hot. It is absolutely hot, man. Bikes all the way though. Today, I am gonna tell you all about how I met this gentleman. Yeah, that same one. So Jerry and I have been friends for, I think, close to 8 or 9 years now. And in a few days, we are gonna be doing one of our dream projects together. Something that we could only dream about when we made a short film back in 2018-19 called Impressions that never saw the light of day. Yeah, but the concerned parties, of course, might see this and probably think if they can release it. But back then, we had a dream and we had a desire to get into film, to produce good films. We were hooked 100%. We still are hooked on The Office US version. And we would watch that thing religiously. In fact, in 2018, 2019, and 2020, I can confidently say that we watched a film every single day for the whole year. Every single day there was a film that we watched. I just remembered about how during those days it was almost unthinkable that we will do such a thing, that we will get into film. So today's video is on how to make meaningful friendships. And yes, we are back. So Jerry and I, we met back in 2016, 17 there. And during this time, we try and hit it off, but it didn't go as planned. It didn't go as you'd wish, anyone would wish for it to go. What happened during this time is that we were almost in the same fields, that is artistically, and naturally for people who were, I'd say, fairly young in the faith and even fairly young just generally, understanding that that is something that can pull us together as compared to drawing us apart was quite difficult. It wasn't the go-to thing. In fact, I think the culture around the time, and I think for any person who is around our age, which we were then, seems to think that everyone is out to get them and everyone is out to just make sure that they don't succeed in life. So you will covet, you will protect rather, anything and everything that is in your possession with your whole life. You will fight for it genuinely. So this was, I can say, the same case with Job and I. Oh, by the way, he is the one who wrote the script for Shadows. How cool is that? See, dreams are coming true. And that was also a surreal moment. Shadows was also a surreal moment. It was one of those things that we had to chill for a moment. Wait, did we just do that? Did we just come up with this? So, Shadows, it's coming to your streaming platforms soon. So we don't hit it off at first. Back to the story. We don't hit it off at first, but somehow we end up being in the same discipleship environment. And this causes us to become closer than we had intended, or closer than either of us would like. So we end up just being in the same space for a while, and we end up being the loudest also for that while that we are there. If you've met us, you know that sometimes when I'm alone, I'm silent. When he's alone, he's not silent. Let's not lie to one another. But when we're together now, that can get loud. So we just found out that we are the loudest somehow, but also we just had this synchrony that was working. But the more evident thing was that we were becoming closer out of our common interests in film, in music, in good poetry, in good artistry. So that's just drew us together, but even more so in our faith, in our belief as Christians. That just drew us close to each other. And what can I say? Yada yada down the line. Here we are 7, 8, 9 years later, and we are basically inseparable. I'll not bore you with the details of how this all came to be, but I'll tell you one thing though. It's important. I think it's become one of my greatest prayers in life that wherever I make friendships, I make meaningful friendships, not just friendships, meaningful friendships that will definitely bring some beauty in the end of it all. Like we are now, shadows, and then who knows what next. One of the difficult things about owning a motorcycle is that no matter where you're going, you have to wear jackets. Somehow it just has to happen, and it's super hot outside. Even when it's not super cold outside, you're forced to wear a jacket. Crazy. But motorcycles are fun. I wouldn't trade it for anything, just yet. I know a vehicle is coming along the way somewhere, but as per now, it's the best. Uko uone nini iko? So that's how we've always been since then. And somehow, because of our common interest, we just became friends, just like that. Sasa man, it's hot. It is super hot. It is absolutely hot, man. Bikes all the way though. The most meaningful of relationships will come from very unexpected encounters, very unexpected foundations, but once you hit it off and once you realize that, oh, I actually do have a lot to share with this guy, with this person. That's the core of a meaningful relationship and a meaningful friendship. Actually, I'd go as far as to say it is the same thing even with romantic relationships. It has to be somebody who you really, truly, absolutely find something in common, to have something in common with. So beauty fades, beauty fades at some point. So you definitely do need something that will go beyond the beauty, that will go beyond the lovey-dovey phase, the honeymoon phase, and finding something that both of you are interested in, and finding something that actually brings you back together. I actually call it a safety net. Finding a safety net that you'll always reflect back to and say, oh, because of this, I remember where we came from. I remember our foundation, and I'm proud of that. So, yeah, meaningful friendships. I really hope that you have some, and if you don't, I pray that you get some meaningful relationships. Anyway, got a class, got to attend this class. I'll see you again soon. Oh, yeah, we're back. We're doing this.